Hey guys and gals, and Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
It's not too late to say Happy New Year,
Nah,
is it?
it's never too late. Never
Oh
too
well,
late.
we've done it anyway.
We can start the new year again tomorrow if you like. It's all good with me.
I know it's been a long time, but it has been a busy period, and Nym has just recovered from her New Year's hangover. So,
Yep.
sorry.
Dreadful. What? Pick on me?
Oh, I couldn't help it. This is the...
You mean you've just recovered from your hangover, judging by that intro?
Yeah, I've just recovered to see that Nym has already recovered. This is, of course, the Pop-In Pod from the FPL Journal. I'm Mig Nym, and thankfully, although it's a new year, I haven't got a new co-host. It's Nymfria.
Hey! Sounded very Simpsons.
She's excited to be here. Now, this is just going to be a short update sort of podcast because obviously we haven't done one since like game week 17 or something silly like that.
Yeah, they just all came like so quickly in such a very small amount of time.
Yeah,
We'd never have been able to squeeze, a pod in for every game week.
No, we're not that professional.
Speak for yourself.
Well, yeah, of course. I'm not that professional, and I'm the one that does the editing. So this is just going to be like a brief sort of overview of how we did over Christmas and New Year and the sort of predictions for Game Week 23 when we'll be back to normal.
Yeah.
I think after
Fingers
that.
crossed.
Fingers crossed, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
You never know.
No unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah.
So, how'd you get on?
I did horrible over Christmas. The FPL bodies were pretty Scrooge with my points over Christmas. I plummeted from game week 17 when I was just inside the top mil, coming out of game week 21 just inside the top 2 mil. Thankfully went back up to 1.5 mil after last game week, but that's mainly because quite a lot of people triple captained Kane, which obviously fell flat, so that was great. But yeah, so it wasn't the best Christmas FPL wise for me.
No, well, the last time we podded, I was at 2.4 mil. I was doing pretty disastrously, to be honest, and on a red arrow. Since then, however, Christmas and the New Year was kind to me, and I did get lots of FPL presents from my team.
You was obviously on the nice list.
I was. I took a series of hits over 3 game weeks. I went a bit me crazy, let's say, like I do, because I just thought, you know what, bugger it, I'm at 2.4 mil, why not?
It's the season for giving,
So what I did do, though, is try to be really careful about the hits I took, which players I got in for those hits, and tried to make sure that they would be the best players to get the best chances of paying back the minus points.
Yeah.
So that actually worked out really well. So taking the hits actually worked in my favour, thankfully. Hasn't always been the case this season, but at least over Christmas and New Year, it has worked in my favour. And it's meant that I haven't needed to take any more hits since game week 20 and set up my team going forward for a couple of game weeks. But since game week 17, when I started that, I've been steadily rising with green arrows, and I currently stand at about 1.2 mil. So I'm just outside the top mil, which is actually my highest OL ranking this season.
Oh.
I know.
And more importantly, you're above me.
I am.
Which shouldn't stand and will not be for long.
Ugh. Wow, we'll see.
I hope. So you had a good Christmas period.
Yes.
Who was your star on top of the Christmas tree that helped you get through that Christmas period? It may be January, but we can still make Christmas puns. It's fine.
Yeah. This one is tough for me. It's over those, because we're taking a collective of those game weeks and reviewing them. So based on that, it's between Salah and Kane for me. Kane, obviously, with his back-to-back hat-tricks.
Yeah.
Over 2 game weeks, or Salah's consistency. So just for consistency, I'm going to go with Salah as my star player. But who is your star on top of the Christmas tree?
Well, my star player is actually someone who's been my star signing so far this season.
Yeah. And who gave you the idea for that?
I think I gave myself the idea for that, and
No,
I merely
I think
had
you
someone.
might have
I merely
read.
had someone back up my instincts.
Yeah, well, that's true. But I did happen to do an article that made him, a differential. Around about
You pointed
the same
them out to
time.
everyone else, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, whatever.
Well, not everyone else, because he's still quite low, which is wonderful. And that's Maris,
Yep.
who over the course of the Christmas got me 44 points, which was actually higher than some of the actual totals I got for some of those game weeks, which is quite embarrassing. He gave me returns on pretty much every game week, except one, and I'll give you one guess of which game week I captained him on.
So that particular game,
that one where he got 2 as opposed to his 5s and his 8s and
that's what you get
14.
for trying to claim you found him.
Yeah,
See?
that was my Christmas FPL all over.
Yeah.
Not captaining him on any other game week, but yeah. And of course now he's hot news on Twitter, possibly moving to Chelsea, which I don't really want. I want him to stay at Leicester because he's a big fish there.
Yeah.
Rather than being potential rotation risk. But
Yeah, there's a lot of that going about at the moment. But if he's hot news on Twitter, we have to talk about who our fire player is.
all these segues.
So who is your fire player?
My fire player is going to be De Gea
Yeah, nice.
in goal against Stoke. Do I need to say more?
No. No.
Yeah, Stoke are in managerless Stoke, I should say, are in horrible form, having scored in 4 of the last 6 game weeks. So De Gea's not going to give up his clean sheet likely.
So you're going to captain him.
You never know.
You never know. Well, as half of my team are yellow at the moment,
right, yeah.
and the other half faces tough game weeks, this might depend on who I buy in as to who will be my fire player. But the moment is pretty much going to be between Kane, Salah or Sterling. So they're all in for a shout as fire player, but I just can't choose between them. I mean, I think Kane looks the easier one, but Kane goes up and down like a seesaw.
Yo-yo.
And Salah and Sterling face each other, so,
Poor guys.
Yeah. So in other words, I just don't know.
You just don't know, do you know? Do you know who your lightning player is? Or,
yeah. That'd be...
yeah. I know that one.
Wrote that one down, sir. Wrote that one down. My lightning pick is probably Hazard. I tell you why. I got him in around about... I think we might have talked about it in the last pod. And in the 5 game weeks, he only did well once. With an assist against Southampton, and he happened to be my captain that game week, so he got me 12 points, which isn't so bad, but lightning didn't strike again, and it made sense to transfer him on. But he does have the potential to strike again at any time in any given game week, so, he is Hazard at the
There
end
is
of
a
the day.
Hazard that could be lightning again.
Yeah, so he's definitely a good lightning pick. And what about yourself?
My lightning pick is someone who I'm not too best pleased with at the moment.
Ooh.
Because he helped knock Palace out of the FA Cup. And that's Glenn Murray. In the last game week, I had him first on my bench. I left him there and watched him score. And so I was hoping that someone wouldn't come on. And thankfully, little Brazilian man, Coutinho, decided to get a hamstring injury that kept him out until he signed for Barcelona. So Murray came in for him. Gave me 8 points, which knocked me up into the 60s, which was great. Much needed after the Christmas.
Yeah.
So, big boy Glenn.
Yeah, I didn't even know you'd got him in, to be fair. And then kind of
he's
see
been
him
there
and
for
I was
weeks.
like, wow.
And I got him in like game week 9, something like that.
I chucked him out of a draft team weeks ago. Should have kept him in.
Which he has done more than the Duff Puff I had over Christmas.
Okay, who was that?
Which was someone from your team.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, maybe not for not much longer.
Depends on which team you're talking about.
the red ones that you're supposed to, you tell everyone that you
that
support.
I used to support.
Yeah.
You mean the ones that I've
the ones with
defected
the cannons.
from now and have
the one you got the
become-
January transfer from.
Yeah, over to City.
Yeah, on the back of Sanchez.
Where am I happy? Aguero, Man City.
Oh, it's disgusting. And that's
Glory hunting.
seriously, it's glory hunting season. That's Mesut Ozil. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know if I said his name.
Well, you broke him, didn't you?
I did.
Because he was doing brilliantly until you
He was,
brought him.
yeah. And I thought,
So it's all your fault.
I'll jump on this, but he's
The
quite...
reason Sanchez is leaving is all your fault.
Sanchez?
Well, yeah,
What?
because, Ozil did terribly, so he had a couple of terrible game weeks, and...
He was like the last straw.
It's
If
all been a
googly
knock-on
eyes
effect.
can't perform, then I'm not staying.
Yeah.
Fair
It's
enough.
been a knock-on effect from
Well,
you.
then I'll be asking for some form of cut from his transfer fee from City. That's what I'm saying. But he was pretty much a stopgap until I could get Eriksen in for the double game week. Games against Palace and West Brom. He only ended up playing against Palace, and he only ended up getting 2 points. So, Jupiter Ozil. Googly eyes. Did your Duff Puff help anyone move any clubs?
He may well have made this club make an extra signing for the position that he plays in sometimes. So my Duff Puff is Rooney.
Yeah, I see, yeah.
Yeah. When I got him in for game week 18, he got me a goal and an assist.
That's
even
all
though he
right.
did miss a penalty that same game.
Well, he got an assist for it.
But he's pretty much let me down ever since. I can't lay all the blame on him. He has missed 2 game weeks where he didn't play.
He had the flu, quote unquote.
Yeah, illness. Yeah.
Someone was sick of him. I mean, he was sick of something.
I mean, alcohol related. Maybe
Too much Christmas pudding.
But we couldn't possibly speculate, could we?
He was a bit minced pied.
Possibly.
Yeah.
That's why we went missing for several weeks.
Stuffed of mince pies.
So we can't really take the mick out of him too much. But yeah, so he was my Duff Puff. If these are our Duff Puffs, who are we chucking in our bin of sin?
Well, the obvious name in my bin of sin is Coutinho. Obviously, he's not in the league anymore, which is a bit awkward for me FPL-wise.
Yeah.
Because I can't rely on him getting me points.
Yeah.
So he's got to go.
I love how Nike dropped the bomb on that one early for everybody. That's very kind of them.
Which I like. Yeah, Nike. Breaking news, obviously, that they like to spoil. They must be the worst.
It was just giving you warnings so you can make an early transfer,
Well, either helping or Nike are the sort of company that would spoil a Game of Thrones episode for you.
Yeah.
They would do like a T-shirt of like this person, like R.I.P. or something, and you're like, and then they take it down. You're like,
yeah. But Nike are good people, buy their clothes.
Yeah, we love Nike.
They're...
We love a sponsorship from Nike.
So just putting that out there.
Any shock, announcements you want to make on your website, just let us know.
Yeah.
But he is joined by Murata. Because
other good sports companies are available.
Oh yeah, there's loads of them. Adidas, Puma, any of them can sponsor us. It's fine.
It's all good.
Get in touch. FPL Journal blog on Twitter. Let us know. But he is joined by Murata, who I am growing incredibly impatient with the fact that he can't score a one-on-one chance.
Oh, you're not angry, you're just disappointed.
I am. It's just like he's one-on-one. He's not going to score. He didn't score.
Thank God for that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you cheering check on, and I'm furious with him. Yeah. He'll be lucky if he's in the team this game week.
Okay.
And he should feel lucky, Alvaro. Oof. It's not a threat. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, well, in my bin of sin is a defender who's made it into my bin of sin a few times. And it's Cabaselli, and why do I still have him in my team?
I don't know, why do
you? Basically because Watford have had seriously good-looking games, and
that's about
basically
really.
I've needed the transfers elsewhere, and he is a playing player, so to speak, rather than somebody who would just be sat on my bench and not getting game time. However, I have actually been playing him because of his fixtures, and I may well have left him on the bench because he really has done that badly. And I may well just have a player that doesn't play there because, several 1 points or no pointers is just a bit... Yeah. Anyway, he's in my bin of sin. So, and
Step it up.
And on that note, we'll probably move on to our possible transfers. He will still probably be in my bin of sin next week because he's not a part of my transfer plans. So
Might as well start charging him rent.
Yeah, I think I will. Points. Every time he stays on the bench, he owes me 4 points. So my transfer thoughts for this game week are a couple of things, really. I can drop Ali down to Jesse Lingard.
Oh, Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, that fella we all love so much. It gives me quite a fair bit of cash, and I can go backwards with that cash and upgrade Cabba.
Oh, well, he could be.
Could be to Alonso.
I hope he hasn't got a long rental.
But I've been hurt by Alonso.
Did you not return your calls?
He didn't return my calls, and he has such good hair as well. So it's such a shame. Him and Morata, whenever I've had them in my teams, they just haven't lived up to their hair potential. So, but everyone is saying that he's a must now going forward. Not.
Well, yeah.
Going forward with our teams rather than. Well, I guess going forward as well. He's scoring Golonzo and everything. Yeah. But yeah, I have had bad experiences where he's been in my team a long time and at points not even got me the clean sheet that he was expected to get. So I'm very dubious about that move, but it's possibly looking like the kind of better move, That would be for a -4. Or I could then take that cash from Ali to Jesse and push it up front and go Rooney to Aguero. Now, we all know how much I love Aguero, so the chance to actually have him in my team is like...
Do you need a moment?
I need a moment. Though my FPL head is kind of saying to me, we're hearing some reports that Jesus' injury isn't quite as bad as what we thought if he's not needing surgery. So he could be back sooner.
About 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah,
like
and then we're hearing...
He'll be back by Easter.
And then we're hearing obviously about the Sanchez move, and there's a bit of thought that although Sanchez could play alongside Aguero, where Jesus normally would, that because of the run of games that Man City have and them all being so tightly compact, that if he gets Sanchez, there might be a bit of rotation between the two, so that Sanchez becomes the striker, a bit like what he did with Sterling during the cup game. So
yeah, he still had Sterling and Bernardo.
Yeah, so there's a bit of talk there. So it's kind of irking me, that one. I mean, is that chance to get him in my team, but is it the right thing to do when I don't know that he's guaranteed game time? It's a bit of a tough one, that. And also the fact that Rooney can just be a straight swap to Toussaint now that we know that he's come in at 7.5, which is exactly the same price as Rooney. And, if Toussaint lives up to some of the reports...
He's not a bad player. He's quite good. We were supposed to be getting him in the summer, so yeah. And then he went and scored a banger in the Champions League or something, I think. So
yeah,
that's pretty good.
So if he ends up doing quite well at Everton, then have I just used an unnecessary transfer to go to a possibly not playing Aguero just to drop back down again to Toussaint, because I'm probably not going to be able to afford Kane, Aguero, and then Toussaint as my third. Though I can do the Alonso move, and I can keep Ali and just do a kind of sideways swap for Arnautovic to Jesse, just to save that little bit of extra cash that would allow me to get Alonso in. That one, again, is a tough one because it depends on how injured Arnautovic is with his kind of good run of games. And then there is just to do no hits and get KDB for Ali. Or nothing at all, of course, at holder transfer.
Sort of worked our way down then.
Yeah.
Or loads of hits, some hits, one hit, no hit.
Well,
no transfer.
-4.
Well, -4.
Previous ones.
Yeah.
There's no more than -4 happening. I hope. Salah, you better be okay. Yeah, what about your transfer thoughts?
Well, you mentioned a few of them. Coutinho's got to go. Obviously, he can go out. I can make it up to Sanchez, but he's playing well anyway. If he goes into a City team, he could play even better. Obviously, his minutes may go down, but even though his minutes may go down, his returns may go up because he may get better opportunities. Obviously, he's very expensive. But
I think that's kind of where we're slightly different, is that I have Kane.
Yeah.
So, and you don't have Kane.
No, I don't. Never have.
It's that
this season
kind of thing where Sanchez would be your Kane player, as in he's a lot of money, and depending on minutes, he will do almost what Kane does, is in he will get you lots of points when he gets you lots of points, and then possibly if he doesn't get the game time or whatever, he'll get you not very many points, for a couple. So it's a kind of similar format, I suppose.
Because my most expensive player at the moment, I believe, is Morata. So I haven't got anyone like Lukaku or Kane or Aguero. Although I could get Aguero. One thing I have looked at is Coutinho out, Morata out, and Son out, because I do have Eriksen and Son I had for the double game week. I could drop Son down to Ramsey, who is out, but he is due back in the next game week or two.
Don't tell everybody.
Not that he's coming back. He's only just
Although
coming back.
Although they did say that on the FPL website.
He has been coming back. He has been coming back for
the
last 3 game weeks or something.
Somebody keeps going, can you update Ramsey, please? It's another 2 weeks.
just tick it over. Just move that 1 to a 2.
Yeah.
And then put Aguero and Sanchez in. So I could have that sort of, if he does go, I could have that sort of Man City rotation thing covered. Obviously, it'd be a very expensive cover.
And it's how much as well do we think ahead?
Yeah.
Because there will be a blank game week.
Yeah.
And it's then filling our teams more with teams that are likely to be missing that game week. So that's another thing just to kind of...
But then there is one little niggling thing, and that's Calvert-Lewin. Because obviously with Tosan coming in, I only have Morata, Calvert-Lewin and Murray, obviously, so I haven't got many big names up front, and there's not many people around Calvert-Lewin's price, so that's sort of one I'm keeping an eye on. But yeah, so Coutinho out, maybe someone like Pogba, Sanchez, if I'm feeling a bit gamey at the time.
So on that note, shall we quickly do our predictions? We haven't gone into quite as much detail and stats and stuff for this one, because we're obviously trying just to keep this one short. So our heavyweight fixture for the up-and-coming game week is Liverpool versus Man City. So what have you got for that one?
I've gone with a Man City 3-2 win.
I have gone... I was thinking, if you can't go big in this one, when can you go big? So I've gone 5-3 to City.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know what to say.
But
they got 5 last time. So.
I mean, I'm really hoping Liverpool don't put 3 goals past Man City, especially if I play Otamendi. But
obviously.
But,
score 4.
It's okay. Otamendi can maybe score one of those 5 goals.
Well, yeah, you don't want to be greedy or anything.
And our support act is Spurs versus Everton. What have you gone for that one?
Another 3 goals. This time to Spurs.
Oh, snap.
And 1 for Everton.
I went 2 for Everton.
No,
I reckon 1 for Rooney, 1 for Toussaint.
Oh, dynamic duo.
Dynamic duo, indeed.
Toussaint Allardyce.
And who's your surprise?
My surprise fixture stars my star man, Mahrez, Chelsea versus Leicester, and Mahrez is going to shine again in a 2-1 Leicester win.
Ooh.
Boom, you heard it here first.
Possibly. Possibly.
I don't know what else you've listened to.
And that would mess up my whole Alonso move. So unless he scores the 1 goal, of course.
Well, we can see what we can sort out.
Yeah. Okay. My surprise pick.
Not that we fix games. I'm just going to put that out there.
So my surprise fixture is Man United versus Stoke.
A surprise Stoke win, she's going to say.
No. The surprise is that I'm going to go for a Man United win.
Whoa.
But that it will be a 4-0. Which is not surprising at all.
No.
Really. Because when they were winning quite a lot, it was by 4-0. So
Yeah.
not much surprised by it, really.
Yeah. Unless there's a surprise goal scorer.
Yeah.
You got to throw in a surprise goal scorer.
Well, let's go with Blankaku. That's surprising.
He's going to score instead of Lingard.
Yeah. No.
What?
Well, if I buy him, no.
Just doing in all your signings at the
Yeah,
moment.
just thanks for that. All right, just because you've
Clean
had a
sheet
couple
for
of
De Gea,
bad
though.
weeks. yeah, it's okay. I'll look after, make sure yours fine. Anyway, yes, so not really that surprising, but I reckon 4-0.
Yeah, awesome. Well, that was our quick breeze through. I'm not sure it was too quick, looking at the time. But yeah, that was our brief overview. Basically, Nym had a good Christmas. I had a bad Christmas. And hopefully we'll have a good second half of the season, as it were. Keep up to date with it on at FPL Journal blog on Twitter. I'm at Octavius. I don't want to say she because I got in trouble last time. But Nym is at NymfriaTV.
I am indeed.
Yeah, don't worry. I won't look after your players, but I'll look after your Twitter.
Thank you.
You can also check out the pods on her YouTube channel when I finally send them over.
Yep.
/FPL Nymphria. And it's of course on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, and on the Twitter page. It may be 2018, but you still don't forget to keep popping.
#keep popping.